Alright boys, welcome to the first game between nFaculty and SK Gaming. In blue we have nFaculty with BKB on the Chen, BZ on the Nova, Zarmoni on Illidan, Linked on the Uther and Ral on Zeratul. A pretty interesting lineup with only one frontliner here, the Chen, a lot of damage thanks to Nova. We have Zeratul, also another assassin, a single healer with Uther, and they're going up against the red team starting to the right side with nFaculty, Cypher on the Abathar, Xcon, or Xon actually, sorry, on the Stitches, Green out on Arthur's, Hol on Falstad, and Noafiel on Rhaegar. So especially nFac is playing with a lineup that I personally find really interesting, since they have an Abathar and not really all that much that you would copy. I play Abathar myself, and usually you really want to have like a Tychus in there. You want to have something that does a lot of damage usually, but they have Arthurs. They can go for double Arthurs, which is really great to have a lot of lockdown at the front, and they could also just go for the Falstad clone, because with Falstad they have the most DPS. The strategy, of course, on the other hand, for SK is pretty obvious. They're gonna try and snipe a couple of heroes there. They're already moving in. They're going for the Abathar actually. They're already looking at him. Here's the Rhaegar just waiting, and Abathar knows that something on. Uh-oh, this could be an early first blood if they really try to commit to it. Ral and BZ are both looking for it, whereas we have Abathar and Noafiel going straight for a level 1 Siege Giant attack. But he's gonna be spotted by Ral and by BZ. Oh god, this is gonna be horrible for him. I mean, can he escape here? There's no chance. And bam, the first blood already taken. That was a quick one. Really well played by SK. They have a lot of DPS and also assassins, especially here in the early game, with Zarmoni playing it on the Illidan, doing a lot of damage there as well, and our roaming squad is still on the move. How is nFaculty gonna face that? They have a very interesting composition with Xon on the Stitches, and then they can follow this up, of course, also with the heroes there in the back, but I'm not quite sure if they can really out DPS the opponent's team. They don't have a lot of DPS, and that's their main problem right now. We have Illidan, of course, very mobile on the map, able to easily withstand the pressure down here at the bottom lane, at least for now, but our tag team here is going straight for the seats, and especially on Garden of Terror you have one of those maps where the seats are extremely important, which makes Illidan also a great hero for the map, because he can basically solo every single camp that we have here, and when you get those seats and go straight for the plant, that's an absolutely game changer here if you are able to just out harvest your opponent's team. But we have the Rhaegar also with the opportunity to get those seats. BKB, the only real tank for his team, is also now out on the map and trying to do some damage here. The Chen in general, just a hero that is just so difficult to burst down, and a lot of teams have a lot of trouble going into a fight and trying to like burst him down, because they see him low in HP, and then with the shield that he gains when he uses his passive, he's just like so super strong. Hey, oh, Holo actually in trouble there for a second, but in the mid lane we have Stitch with the mist hook, as the Rhaegar is trying to also assist him here. So the teams are really just trying to push the lanes a little bit. We have a single kill for SK, not a massive advantage, just the first blood that they got here, but the teams are really trying to look for the seats now, with SK getting a bit of an advantage. 45 seats for them at this point, and 18 only for the opponent's team. It's basically a sharing of those hollows that we have there, going straight for the upper plant, and up at the bottom we have nFaculty going for their own. nFaculty here in red is still holding a lane presence with a Falstad holo still up at the top, and down at the bottom we have the Abathar doing whatever he can here. Abathar, of course, a great support hero, but usually you see him with combinations where a team is relying on a Tychus, something that can really do a massive DPS. I'm very curious how exactly the Abathar is going to play that. I still think that he's going to clone the Falstad and just going to try to go immediately for one of those double shock and aws that we might see there. On the other hand, we have those two, Ral and BZ, trying to hunt down the opponent, but for now it's more about the mercenary camps for them. Having a bit of a Siege Giant push all the way up at the top always helps quite a lot. And BKB is already there. Oh, Holo has to be careful. He got already attacked earlier. And now with Ral moving in on the Zeratul, he's in a lot of trouble. He's being pushed back immediately. BZ is still waiting for a quick snipe. That might be the end of it. Not an option just yet. We have also at the bottom the first plant for SK. And that's a very interesting split push that they have here. The Zarmoni is actually going straight with a plant down at the bottom, whereas the rest is starting to push up at the top. Falstad getting killed here at the top. I'm really surprised that he didn't move back, but BZ apparently got the kill after all. And down here at the bottom we still have Zarmoni doing quite a lot of damage. So what we see is nFaculty losing a lot of experience compared to SK Gaming now. And we see with the 2 Siege Giants also a lot of like pressure going strong up at the top lane with Falsa jumping in once again, but Greenout has to be careful. Ooh, the Arthurs! Oh, and he's down with another cleave. Ral takes him on, and Holo also in trouble as Stitches moves in and tries to help his team down at the bot lane. We still have a bit of pressure with the plant, but whoa, Chen, they can die. Look at that. The Panda can die. I didn't even know that. No, just joking. Panda is down, and talking about things that are down, up here at the bottom we have another turret being eliminated. That turret is also down. Noophiel is just now moving back as the Rhaegar. We had Abathur jumping into the mid lane, trying to gather some experience there. It's actually really interesting. Oh, Holo in an... Oh, holy shit! Like, he stands no chance. Way too much burst damage here on BZ. They have, of course, also the 7 talents, so we see Nova just like uploading their full arsenal against them. But I have to admit that I'm really interested to see, or like, I find it a bit curious how well nFaculty is able to keep up in experience, if you think about that. We have like the up to push in. Oh, Xon, I'm not quite sure if that was really what he wanted to do. He invited trouble, he asked for rain, and now he has to deal with the mud. Bam! Getting immediately stunned after he hooks the Uther, and then the double heroes, the double stealthers taking him down. But as I said, 10 is now here on the board for SK, but nFaculty is doing a really good job at keeping up in experience. If you think about the kills right now, we have 5 kills against 1, and only a few, like maybe half a level behind their opponent's team. So it's not as bad for them as it could be. The plant earlier also didn't do a lot of damage, just the wall was breached, not a whole lot more than that. And if you just look at the seeds now, we have 75 already for Team nFaculty, just because they were able to get them early on, and the first plant didn't really do a lot for SK. The plants, they actually scale over time, and therefore with a second plant, nFaculty could do quite a lot of damage here. But well, now that we have the ultimates in the game, of course things are going to start and change a bit. BKB on the other hand has to be really careful, might have to use his, and he's going to go down. Oh boy, yeah, goes down here, doesn't use... Earth, Wind and Fire not being used by him just yet. And as the teams are actually going down on this, let's have a quick look at the talents. Yes, we have Storm, Earth and Fire here. We have Precision Strike on the Nova, Metamorphosis on the Illidan, Divine Storm currently on Uther, Void Prism on the Zeratul, all the ultimates that you would expect. Abathur was taken out here. Ultimate Evolution is also there. Gorge being used, Army of the Dead, Shock and Awe, and Ancestral Healing. Not a Bloodlust composition for nFaculty, and well, it's not really a surprise considering what kind of heroes they're currently running here. But what we indeed have is the Gorge. And a lot of teams these days will actually not go for Gorge but for Bile instead. But this is definitely a comp that is supposed to like take a hero down and isolate them. So Xon and nFaculty up at the top, taking to take down the fort, but they're getting attacked here. Fort goes down, level 13 versus level 12, an additional talent currently for SK, and SK moves in. Here comes the stun, Linked using the stun, moving out of the fray immediately. Zeratul is going straight for the Rhaegar. Rhaegar with Ancestral Healing, but he dies in the end after all. The Shock and Awe is great, and down goes the Uther. Here comes the Precision Strike. Nova with the damage, doing quite a lot as the plant moves in on Cypher, but another kill here. Stitches goes down. The only survivor is Arthur's, and Arthur's under a lot of pressure. Arthur's going down as well, and now it's suddenly a 1 versus 3 actually. Nova didn't die, but she's not in the fight any longer. The only hero that's still alive on nFaculty is Abathur, and he's in the plant. So really nice move here by SK. They were not able to save their fort up here, but they were still able to nearly wipe the opponent's team. A bit of a problem here with the timing on side of nFaculty. They just didn't have the plant in the fight as it happened, and the heroes died too fast by the time the plant could actively participate in the battle itself. Only the Stitches and the Arthurs were kinda up, and Stitches died a few seconds after that. So really well played by SK, and maybe a bit too overzealous by nFaculty. They had the plan on the way, but they really needed the Abathur in that fight to really do something. Decent hook here, getting the plant, buying themselves a bit more time. Still 1 level down, roughly. And let's see how exactly they're going to be able to play it from here on out, because SK is in full force and trying to push in. It's 10 kills against 3 right now, 1 level up. And they, of course, go hunting for additional forts. There we have once more that polymorph thrown in there. They can use that as well, but up at the top, the plant going straight for it, not dropping there we go, trying to use that, but that was maybe, yeah, well, that wasn't really well done by Ral here. Now he's on a 12-second cooldown, 1/8 again, and that didn't do anything for them. But on the other hand, now we have the Arthurs in the middle. A nice hook against, like, Ral there, but here come the plants and the polymorphs. On the other hand, we have the precision strike going down, and oh my holy god, Sai for the Rhaegar saves his ass just in the last second. At the same time, we have Falstead going down. The DPS is gone. Suddenly, it is the Rhaegar and the Stitches that are in trouble, and the Chen is just jumping in, trying to block the Rhaegar, and is doing a great job at that. But we have Link going down on the Uther, and Nova is already dead, and nFaculty actually turning things around here. It's 2 for 2 at this point, and the Chen is in trouble. BKB not able to get away from it, but he takes down the Arthurs. Arthurs is gone, and BKB on the Chen, like, he still survives. Like, oh my god, taking down the Arthurs and the Rhaegar as well. Only the Abathur is alive. For a second it looked like nFaculty might be able to turn things around, but that Chen just never dies. Like, it's such a tanky hero. It's so absolutely insane. 5 kills against 14, level 16 versus level 14 at this point. So a big advantage here for SK Gaming in this first game of the best of 3 at Garden of Terror in our Showmatch series. Absolutely stunning what they did there in the last fight. 16 is something that especially Abathur doesn't have yet. Looking at Abathur's build, we actually see him here with the Assault Strain, and he could go on the 16 for the additional Locust. It's actually a great talent for Abathur that allows him also to be a bit more active on the map. But we have SK now in the position that they can start to push the mid lane. We have Abathur jumping up to the top. A good lane for him to be now. At this point, he can start to push that lane a bit farther back. But we have 2 Siege Giants pushing it for SK. And even with the Mule down here, it's a great move. And trying to take down the Mule, he doesn't get it. Ral doesn't get the Mule yet. But as I already pointed out earlier, the Illidan in the team is amazing to take those mercenary camps just solo. So he can have the rest of the team just pushing a lane, occupying the opponent. And then in the back, he's the one who just takes one camp after another. They're going for the hearts here, and in the end we'll see also nFaculty, by the way, jump up to 16 so that we can have a look at what exactly Abathur does. First of all, he's actually going back and trying to control the mid lane. Level 17 already for SK, level 15, nearly 16 for their opponents, and there it is, the 16 talent, which is a really important one, so it's a really good move that they have that. Let's check what Abathur has on that, on the 16 talent. Abathur is actually, has not taken it yet. He's still waiting. He's still weighing his opportunities. He has options. Doesn't need that immediately if he doesn't go out on the map. You can look at the minimap. There's a lot of stuff pushing right now for both teams, but especially for SK Gaming. They have a great control on the map, and they use it to get now a couple of more seeds, jumping up all the way up at the top. Void Prism already used. The rest of the team is moving in at this point. Nice Howling Blast by the double Abathur, the double Arthurs that we have. Ooh, Precision Strike. That didn't hit as much as he could have. Ancestral Healing saving the Rhaegar in the last second, but down goes the Nova, and therefore the DPS. Falstad is also eliminated. The Stitches doesn't survive either. He didn't do too much here, and linked with a nice stun on the Uther as the double Arthurs is starting to be in a bit more trouble, especially Green out with a clone, actually not with a clone, is having a hard time here escaping from the Chen up to the top left. You have Illidan jumping in as well, and bam, Green out's gone. Where's the Rhaegar? He's the only one who was able to get away there in the end, but still we have only one hero down for SK. Still Giants pushing in the middle. Down at the bottom we have a few Knights remaining going straight for that wall, and the rest of the team for SK Gaming is looking straight at that plant, trying to get the remaining seats so that they can go for another plant to push that in. BKB, I mean, his Chen, it just doesn't die. He had one small, yeah, I guess a bit of a mistake early to not use his ultimate to save himself, but right now he is nearly unkillable. Chen is just such a beefy hero. On the other hand, we haven't seen too much of Zormoni in the fights. He has been very active with the mercenary camps, but he himself was not really landing too much DPS just yet. But of course, he's already always a very disruptive force in the battle. Like, you think you can target him down, and then he jumps and just vaults over another opponent, jumps in again. Very difficult really to pin him down without a lot of stun. And if you look at the lineup for nFaculty, they really lack stun. They have a bit of lockdown with a Howling Blast on the Arthurs, but they don't have a stun unless Stitches picked up Slam Talent on 16, which we can have a close look at. But with the Gorge and the Hook, he might have gone for Fishing Hook instead. So right now we have once more the team battle here ensuing. Oh, the shotgun. Oh, I don't think he hit too much with that. He hit the plant, but the rest of the heroes were able to jump away. Once more, it's straight for the Falstad. That's what they want to eliminate here. The Precision Strike goes down. Ral in trouble. Ral will die if he doesn't get another heal, but there's Linked, and he actually heals him up once again. So far, no hero died except for Nova. Nova the only victim here, but Stitches goes down in that second. second. Stitch is eliminated. Rhaegar is moving back. Linked in trouble. And also Zarmoni trying to escape here. 2 heroes down already on the side of SK Gaming. What about Greenout? Can he really get the Illidan here? Doesn't really look like it. He moves back and tries to participate in the fight where Falstad is suddenly in trouble. BKB! Ho ho ho! BKB! And the Zeratul. That Void Prism. Holy shit! Like that save. BKB gets away here. And then suddenly Falstad goes down. Zeratul pays with his life. But that was really well done. So good job here by him. And the entire time we have Abathur just doing things that Abathur does. He pushes in the top. It looks really like nFaculty is starting to get a bit of a foothold in that game. I mean, at this point we have also BKB trying to deal with the Locus, but that wall here is already pushed in. No team lost a keep just yet, and down here we have Zarmoni on the plant, trying to maybe change that, trying to take one of those keeps, but he doesn't get it yet. 9 kills against 19, but the level difference is not all that big. 4 forts against 5, so SK really doing a lot of damage, and really just a really great game overall. But we all know how it can go in Heroes of the Storm. One missed team fight later on and you might lose the game, especially since the Abathur is here to push lanes. He can really do a lot, especially on the top lane right now. There with the plan again. Nice polymorph. Ooh, the Rhaegar needs to be careful. And yes, the stun prevents him from using Ancestral Healing. Rhaegar is down. And now they're going straight for that fort once again. They want it, and they want it bad. Like, they're going straight for it, and I guess they're going to get it if they want it. Zarmoni on the plant, nearly done, but too much DPS to save the fort here, especially when you're in a 4 versus 5. What about the Abathur, though? We have him seeing cloning Arthurs quite a bit. I would like to see him maybe cloning also the Falstad. They need a bit more DPS, I feel, in those fights, especially the way that the 2 stealthers we see on Team SK Gaming are hunting down the Falstad. He's dying a lot, and I can't really blame him for it, because when you have a Zeratul and Nova just on your ass the entire time, you are in a lot of trouble. If it was Nova alone, you would probably be happy about that. I mean, she is pretty cute, but if then the Zeratul jumps in, it's a Devil's threesome. You never really want that. Siege Giants starting to push in as well. We have now once more the top lane under a lot of pressure for SK, and that's really the strength that we see these days for nFaculty, being able to just like get one of those camps just in time so that he counter pushes a little bit. Down here, Abathur doing a great job with that. Level 20 is now done immediately for SK. The 20 isn't there yet for nFaculty, and that's a big advantage that SK of course has currently. Let's look quickly at the talents that they have here. Protective Prison is one. We have the Divine Hurricane, which is going to be amazing for them. Demonic Form for the Illidan. We have Bolt of the Storm for Nova, and Resurgence of the Storm. So Resurgence of the Storm makes that Chen just not even more tanky than he already is. This is going to be pretty difficult for nFaculty to really get a hold on. The Nova can now blink away. That's something she really couldn't do, and it's a great escape mechanism for her. It's really absolutely amazing that for her to just like escape those fights. If she's hunted, she can just move back, something she couldn't do all game, and that's why Nova died quite a couple of times here. BZ was in a lot of trouble since of course nFaculty knew they had to eliminate him for this. And then on the other hand, especially Link the Uther now with the upgrade on his ultimate, he's going to do quite a lot. Once more, we have Abathur moving in for his Locust, trying to put them into position. Down here in the middle, we have the Siege Giants taken out, and of course nFaculty needs a couple of seats as well. We have already one plant ready for them, by the way, which is quite interesting here. Both teams have a plant ready right now, but if nFaculty is getting those additional seats down here, they might get a bit of an advantage overall. I don't think that SK has as many as they do. I might be wrong with this, though. We're going to have a look at that later on. For now, we just see like a pretty decent move from both teams here, going for that plant later on, not neglecting the objectives in any way, with SK actually starting to get a bit of a lead here because they are taking those as well. So it's going to be another big 5 versus 5 that's going to determine everything. And look at the 20 here. We're going to see the 20 also for nFaculty, and that's a big move. SK was not able to push with the 20. They didn't take a big fight with this. So the 20s are there for both teams now as the plant starts to move in, and that's absolutely incredible. That's important for them, not only for the Abathur, also for the Rhaegar here, and especially for the Arthurs, who will have Resurgence up. Yeah, that didn't do anything. Sorry, Xon, but you missed this one pretty hard. Oh, that snipe on the Zeratul. Holy shit, was he found. Oh, the shock and awe was great here. Great shock and awe that we saw there. So Stitch is down, but Stitch is on the way back. Linked is down. Great. Taking down that Uther is really important for them. BKB is in trouble as well. Suddenly, SK is in so much trouble here. I mean, BKB is trying to escape, uses his ultimate here to just get away. We still have Holo alive, and now they're moving in again, trying to get another kill, maybe on BKB. BKB. He's already on the way back. Rhaegar is also following this up. BKB is in so much trouble here. He's moving away, and I think he will be able to escape. It doesn't really look likely that nFaculty is going to... Oh my god, that hook! Holy shit, that hook! Alright, Stitches Mage's up for every single hook that he missed in the game. That was a great kill on the Chen. With Resurgence, he's already back, but it's still a 5 versus 3 regardless, and the plant is going ham. I mean, this is going to be a lot of combos that we see there. Moving straight for that wall. That hook again, and BZ in trouble, but the Bolt of the Storm, he just blinks away. 1-4 down. It's still a 5 versus 3, and they're gonna go straight for it. Zeratul is gonna be back in just a few seconds. He died immediately in the last fight. He didn't stand a chance there. Was stunned and then taken out. But right now, this is a great move that we see from nFaculty, and they are back with vengeance. 21 kills against 12, but in the end, if you are the one who just takes 4 after 4, you're gonna be pretty happy about that. Abathur, where is Abathur? We have... Actually, Abathur is currently in that plant, isn't he? That's one of the main reasons why he wants to get the fuck out of there. And that's what he does, but goodbye, Did he get away? No. Oh, wow, that would have been a bit too much. Abathur goes down, so yeah, that was a bit unfortunate for them. That's a risk that you run if you take the plant as an Abathur. Like, you have not really a lot of escape mechanisms. You can go for the Bolt of the Storm, but looking at it, as you can see, Abathur did not take that, and I don't think he should have. So in that particular case, you can have still a look at the talents that we see here, especially with Nova, of course. Pretty obvious, but now as the fights are starting again, let's focus a bit on the game that's going on. The hook against BKB. Can't really do anything here. They can't really take him out or anything like that, but that pressure is real. I mean, it is on. SK wants that keep, and they want it bad. They're going through the wall already. Stitches now maybe with a chance of a good hook, but hooking BKB is not going to help him. He needs a different hook here. He needs to maybe try the Uther. The problem is that if you clump up around the Uther, he's going to use his ultimate, and then you're all stunned. But getting the, taking down the Chen is not going to be easy for them, and I don't think they should focus him too much. If he gets a good hook, let's say maybe against the Illidan, that might help him. Maybe against the Zeratul. Problem is that all of those heroes have escape mechanisms with the blinks, and it's really very difficult to kill one of them unless you have a follow-up stun, and that's their big problem. They don't have a stun. They do not have stun. Hook and stun is a great combo so that you can actually do something about it, but it doesn't really exist for them, and that's something that they struggle with right now. But we have both teams focusing on the mercenary camps again. Gives us also a bit of an opportunity to look at the Stitches build. Stitches here actually with a stun on the slam. But the problem for him is it's full slam build, and I like it. I personally run slam build myself. I prefer it over the fish hook, because fish hook somehow sometimes changes games, but with the slam build you can just do so much more damage. You can push lanes real fast. You have that mini stun to interrupt ultimates. I really like that he went for that here. So they have a bit of a mini stun for the lockdown, but it's just not enough. It's a 0.5 second stun and not really something that you can compare, let's say, to an Uther. But now we have both teams with another plant, and it's really plant wars. I mean, this is Garden of Terror, a pretty big map, a long map, and it's a very, very great game that we're currently seeing. It's a starting game. First game of the best of 3, and I'm pretty excited for that. But look at these pushes. I mean, like, holy guacamole. This guy is... Look at that keep. Like, they might lose that keep if they don't take care of that immediately. And the plant is now finally moving down, but he's going to need a bit of time there. Just look at how low that keep already is. And Abathur sees an opportunity to take it, and they will be able to take it. Or won't they? Oh, shit. So close. Look at that. Abathur is definitely going to jump in here somewhere. Oh, he already did. No, actually he used those locusts earlier. So down here at the bottom now, what do we have there? It's just a Night Camp that's being attacked by nFaculty. And this keep, if Abathur wants that keep, Abathur is going to get that keep. Like, pretty easy. There's no question about that, boys. But we have Abathur now once again in the plant, and they're moving in for it once more. But it's a 4 versus 4, actually. There we have already the Void Prism. Oh my god, like, Holo taken out in seconds. And the same is true for Rhaegar. 2 down, and that's done. Arthur's goodbye, like, no chance. Not even with the army of the dead is he's going to be able to withstand this much damage. This was a perfect fight. Like, this could be game. This could be game right there. Stitches and Arthurs are back with the Resurgence, but it's still a 3 versus 5. Both teams with a plant. Now, maybe the plant on the Abathur can prevent the worst, but I would be quite surprised if they don't take a keep here. It's another 30 seconds, and with good positioning and maybe another kill, they should be able to do a lot here. And especially nFaculty has to be careful. With both Resurgence down, if they lose one of them here, they will have a big problem coming back, even when those two heroes, Falstad and Rhaegar, are back. There it is. The keep is going to be taken. This is going to be absolutely... Oh, this is difficult. This is... I mean, they're going to get the keep. I guess that's all for all they're going to get right now. But a keep is a big deal. Oh, that stun again. They just want to get the hell out of there. And for good reason. Beezy on the Nova can blink away. He can blink once that's done. And he does. I actually think that Xon should have waited with his stun and stunned her before anything happened, so that Green Out can use the Howling Blast to lock her down. So maybe Beezy gonna be taken out. Oh, actually they have a really good chance of taking her out right now. And yes, they get him. They get him. Beezy is dead. So it's a 5 versus 4. I would really like to see Sypho on the Abathur just jump in with a quick burrow and use his Locust to push the top lane while they do this. He's gonna move back first. I'm not sure if I really agree with this. I don't think that's a really good move. He had the mana. He's apparently burrowing up now to the top. Yep, there it is. Okay, I like this a lot for the reasons mentioned. That should be keep. That should be keep. He should be able to get that. We have Zeratul actually moving up to the top, so he might be able to get it. And is he just gonna go for the Arthur? Oh, okay, double Arthur's on the Abathur. Double Arthur, and they're pushing this in, and he needs to stay there, and he knows it as well. So he needs to stay up here at the top. Down, we have another keep being pushed. Guys, this game is great. Like, one keep down for SK, but now suddenly nFaculty is pushing it as well. They're trading keep for keep here. And the Nova is still not back. The Nova is still 17 seconds down. 13 kills against 26. Twice the kills on SK Gaming. But it's not only about kills here. And especially when you're up against an Abathur, that bad boy can just push you into oblivion. It's absolutely great. So really well done so far from both teams. A great game that we see there. They're going straight for those camps again, and with the Siege Giant camp now pushing for nFac. They get some map control that they can use to get their own camps. Down here we have SK starting to really go for a setup. And SK just has that problem that we've been talking about earlier. A lot of their heroes are squishy, and that makes it difficult for them to escape. Sypho is actually going straight for another keep. SK, ooh, that's halfway down, and up at the top, oh, that hook, ooh, they need to be careful. Another keep could die there in a second, and that turns it into a 4 versus 5 on the map. The Abathur really wants the keep, you can tell that. He goes up to the top and uses his Locust, the 16 talent, and then moves back immediately. Right now we have also the rest of the nFaculty team trying to get more seats, and a plant at this point can be a game deciding. Like, if you get that plant and your opponent doesn't, then it might be your game. Abathur is so active on the map now. I'm loving it. I really love it. I love to see something like that from Abathur. He could solo this camp over here. It's kind of easy for him to solo it with a Locust if he wants to sacrifice one wave. Up to the top we have the plan now being taken, and that's going to be another plant for Team nFaculty. And let's see if SK Gaming is actually going to be fast enough to get a plant on their own, because if they're not, then they are pretty, yeah, they're pretty fucked if that happens. Excuse my language, but like, we want to be honest about that. So 78, are they going to get the plant here? We have another camp already pushing, could get the plant, and if they get it just in time before nFac has the seats, then it's going to be great for them, but it doesn't really look likely. Nope, they're going to both have their plans ready. Up to the top on the other hand, once more we have quite a few seats collected, and that Abathur is still looking at that keep. He wants that keep so bad. Like, Abathur really has a hard on right now. He's just looking at it, he's like, I want it. If he gets just inside, oh god, Stitches. Xon completely out of position. He has resurgence. The team lets him die, but yeah, he kind of found a few friends there, but they were not really doing a favor. And bye-bye keep. Abathur, with the help of the rest, took them down. So keep is gone. Job well done. One keep remaining for nFaculty. And what are they doing? Sorry, for SK Gaming, one keep remaining. What are they doing? Are they trying to backdoor that? Wow, they're going to YOLO it. No way. This is never going to happen. That has, if he has the perfect Void Prison, then maybe we can talk about it, but not with the double Stitches for the slam here. This is not going to happen. Look how they hunt the Zeratul. They know the Zeratul is important for this. This is already over before it started. The first one down, they're not going to get that key. BKB is going to try for it, but they apparently decided that they can't win any longer unless they backdoor it or something like it. But I mean, look at that. We have Green Out moving in. Chen is dead. Uther is dead. Zeratul is dead. Like, that backdoor strategy, that was just too obvious. If they mailed a letter to them, it couldn't have been more obvious than that. It is the only chance that they had there, and they were trying to go for it, but yeah, it's already a lot of damage done to the core, 86% for that, and we are moving in with another attack. That keep in the middle, they might even just ignore it and just like drop a plant there and then go straight for, yeah, they're going for it, and this is gonna be game. I mean, there comes the ancestral healing, really well done. Oh, they just right click it, really? Oh, Oh, wow, this is gonna be closer than I thought. I thought they would fight it out, but no, they don't. Rhaegar is down, Arthas is down, he has Resurgence, they keep us on 10, on 6, on 5, and goodbye. GG, game number 1 ends in favor of nFaculty in the best of 3. Congratulations and well played. Okay, boys, game number 2 in the best of 3 series between SK and Faculty, and Faculty is currently in the lead. Starting to the left side in blue, we have SK Gaming again, with BC on the Tigers this time. We have Zarmoni on Illidan, Rhaegar played by Link, Ral on the Arthurs, and BKB with the Chen. The bans this time were Abathur and Tassadar. SK banning the Abathur, the Respect ban after the last game. We have Nova Brightwing for nFaculty, Anubarak, Tyrael, and Tassadar here. Actually, I thought Tassadar was banned. I must have missed one of the bans. So they got the Tassadar as the first pick here, which is actually interesting. So that lets the whole picks and bans also putting them in a bit of a different light. So I guess during that phase was a bit of a mistake by me. I thought the Tassadar was banned, but apparently it was the first pick. My apologies for that. Right now we have the full wombo combo up there, up to the top. Down here, one Soul Illidan trying to soak experience. The rest of the team is up at the top, and that goes for both teams. We have actually nFaculty with 5 men on that lane, as now the Tassadar is moving down. On this map, quite often you really want to have that watchtower for the site, and then you just put all the heroes up to the top. You clear that wave as fast as you can, because 50 in-game second, which is roughly in 10, you have to go down to like collect the coins at the doubloons. So the chests are gonna appear in another 5 seconds, and both teams just trying to catch the experience here, already moving down to get in position with a bit of an experience lead, whereas down at the bottom lane we have Tassadar dealing it out against like the Illidan now. Here we go already, moving in, and nearly the entire chest, actually the entire chest except for 1 coin goes to SK. Down to the bottom lane on the other hand, we have already 2 on holo, got both, and there we go, Illidan gets nothing. Well, he gets 1 in the face, and down he goes. Well played here, is a good job by nFaculty, getting all the coins at the bottom chest, and in general, they have, or in total, they have now 6 against 4. So job well done. The small tiny camps that we have here, they yield 2 doubloons, and that's where Ral is currently very active. On this map, it's really important that you have always a few heroes down in the bottom lane, and especially Brightwing can help a lot. You can have Brightwing just jumping on any position to any hero in the map and then trying to just heal him up. Tassadar is great, of course, with the shield and also with the Storm to make sure that he always gets those small camps, gets the DPS in, is a great pushing hero as well, which is one of the reasons why he was banned in the first game. And for the on the other hand, we have also the Anub here. Anub is a great hero, very, very, like, not really, I don't want to say he's a massive tank, but if you skill him right, he can just have a lot of sustain and take a lot of damage before it goes down. And he does a lot of stuns, a great initiator, whereas the main tank that we see for Team SK is, of course, the Arthurs and then also the Chen. Both of them very strong. First turn in goes to SK, after all, are able to turn, actually not to SK, sorry, first turn in is here for nFaculty. So SK is immediately being attacked here by the first few cannonballs. And so far not really too much happened. We didn't see a kill just yet. The experience is roughly the same for both of the teams. The comp that we're seeing played here for SK is of course a Bloodlust comp. They have the Tigers for the Odin, they have the Illidan, which benefits greatly from attack speed, and we also then have someone like the Chen. On the other hand, like actually, like I personally would prefer if they go for the Bloodlust here, but then looking at that composition again, they might go for an Ancestral Healing. We have Arthas with a lot of sustain thanks to the passives and to the abilities that he has, so he shouldn't need too much healing. The Chen is a hero that can also sustain himself quite a bit, and I guess Illidan has the mobility, even though he relies on some heal to a certain extent. I would prefer Bloodlust, but certain teams will prefer in a comp like this still go for Ancestral Healing. I would still be surprised if they go for the healing over the Bloodlust with the composition that they're running here. Down to the bottom, one Siege Giant camp pushing in the wall as the rest of the team is starting to put some pressure in the middle. Heroes is a team where it's a lot about tactics. Like you try to just like get, for example, a mercenary camp pushing one lane, and then you converge with the rest of the team to one of the others. Just making sure that your opponent is always split and has to spread out very thin. We have now the Illidan again with that ability to take down camps basically single-handedly, and he's already doing a decent job here on level 7, but still has to go up because we have so many heroes currently pushing in the middle. middle for nFaculty. nFaculty with an attempt to take down the keep here, the fort, my bad, as BKB jumps in and lets another breath of fire off. Illidan was already going up. He was in the process of taking this camp, but had to assist the rest of his teammates. In the end, they were able to save the fort, but it's already very low, and the top hard camp, the Knights, was able to push a bit against the wall here too. Brightwing down, gathering the experience. You can really see how that starts to really matter. We have suddenly Zarmoni going up against Brightwing, but against an Illidan, you have to be really careful. This is just a fella that you don't want to mess with. In a 101, Illidan, one of the strongest heroes, actually. Up here at the top, the Anub in trouble. Oh, the healing ward is down, but it doesn't matter. The Anubarak is eliminated. So the first kill, first blood, went earlier to nFaculty, but an immediate follow-up here by SK, getting that kill here as well. Job well done. And looking to the right side now, we have already Cypher moving in, maybe with a Nova trying to get some damage done here. No, not quite. Down to the bottom of the map, we currently see Noafiel on the Brightwing. Can he do anything against the Illidan here? Not quite sure, but the Illidan is looking for it. But the mid lane is where the action is at. Once again, we have Oracle being used here already, and both teams just looking for an opportunity. You can really see how SK is suddenly starting to pull ahead a bit in experience. They are getting the level 9 super fast, and that means they will have the faster 10 as well, unless they're losing a few heroes now. And if they push with 10, they might be able to drop a fort, get a boss, or get something else. Even 1-2 kills can like turn the tides of the battle real fast. Doubloons are back, and that means, of course, we are going ham again with the top lane under a lot of pressure, and SK is fully moving in with everybody, and now it's time for maybe a kill on the well, maybe on the Anub again, but nope, SK is moving back. They have a lot of coins. Down to the bottom, we have 5 on Zarmoni. Brightwing was jumping in at the top. It didn't really help him too much though. Both of them already with 1 ghost ship turned in so far, as the fort is about to go down. Another storm, and it's gone. Actually, the creeps are gonna kill it here, easy peasy. Tyrell is in trouble though. Tyrell goes down, healing ward or none. He can't do anything here anymore, and now suddenly we have in the middle of the fray, we have the Anub level 10 for both teams. Oh, the precision strike! But Nova says goodbye and dies. It's a 3 versus 5 right now with 2 heroes killed. And Anub, oh my god, he just gets out for a second. But you can run, but you can't hide. He goes down as well. Suddenly, it's 3 additional kills for SK and a fort as well. Trading those forts 1 for 1. And now suddenly we have like 5 heroes up. Are they really going to go for boss? Like, that surprises me a bit, because we have all the heroes up again. Oh, I like the healing ward. Alright, that changes things a little bit. They're starting to heal up with the golem. But we have the rest of nFaculty moving in. But it really looks like SK Gaming is very confident in their ability to go for that. They're going to need a bit more time to burst the golem down, but they are able to make it. Here comes the Judgment against the Rhaegar. Rhaegar about to die. Here comes the Odin, though. Oh, and Odin still up. That is trouble, especially as the old golem now starts to push in as well. You don't want to fight on top of that golem. Tyrell is in trouble once again. Tyrell about to die, moves back, and oh, it is the Illidan. Holy shit, how did he get away? Illidan is getting away there in the last second. The team is following the golem. Well, I don't want to call him exposed, but they get another kill out of this, and they have now all the time in the world to just well up again, move down to the bottom, get a couple of mini camps, more doubloons, maybe go for a quick turn in with the coins that they already have, as nFaculty is busy at the top lane trying to go and defend that. But Illidan in the middle, turning in 5 additional coins. That puts them 5 coins ahead of team nFaculty. Keep in mind though that in this best of 3, this is only map number 2. Blackheart's Bay with map number 2, and we have now a situation where nFaculty is in the lead, but SK has a bit of an advantage in the second game. They could tie things up and bring us into a third map, whereas the hard camp now taken at the top. So this is once more the moves where you just wanna... Nice, we have another ghost ship by the way for SK. Moves where you just wanna try and make sure that your opponent is forced to react to what you do. Forced to react to mercenary pushes, for example, which gives you an opportunity to turn in coins, to push a lane, to maybe take another camp somewhere on the map. And especially those maps down here at the bottom are of course important. nFaculty wants to go for that, but SK is a bit faster than they are. It's 5 kills versus 1 right now, with the heroic abilities already there. And there we go, the bottom lane is being attacked by 2 and the Knights. Also the Ghost Ship is still doing some work, not for much longer, but still. Let's have a quick look at the talents while they are just defending here. We have actually Storm, Earth and Fire. We have Ancestral Healing taken after all, so they wanted to have the additional heal instead of going for the Bloodlust. The rest we're gonna have a bit later. No Bloodlusted Odin, no Illidan that is also benefiting from the the additional speed. They went for the ancestral healing, which is of course also great for the for the Chen and for the Tigers that's being attacked here. BC in trouble for a second, the Chen in the middle of it, and suddenly all clumped up. There goes nFaculty. Wow, they're still trying to burst somebody down, but Nova is the first victim of the fight as the Archon and the Tigers, they go both completely ham as Illidan jumps in and finishes off another one. Goes for the Tyrael, maybe even. Can't really close the gap here, but 3 heroes killed and a lot of time to turn in 11 additional coins. There comes Ghost Ship number 3. Really good fight that we had there. The initiation with the Tyrael didn't help him too much. The Archon couldn't do too much damage. He was bursted down within seconds, and Odin the entire time just firing from the back line. We had the Chen in the middle there. Very, very well done. So good job by SK once again, and so far they're dominating this game. They're actually dominating this second map quite a bit. They have the 13 Talon. They're closing the gaps to the 16, which makes us looking at the Talons again. We have Precision Strike, as already seen before, Locust Swarm. We have Judgment and Archon here. Relentless taken twice on the Tigers and also on the Chen, whereas we have Giant Killer now for the Illidan. It's another Talon which helps them to especially get that noob a bit under control. But look how many coins we have there. That's another 10 coins that they already have. It's more than that. It's 16. That's another ship. It's another ship right there, and they turn it in. They have been amazing at controlling the map and getting those small spots the entire time, and they have 4 to spare on the Illidan as well. Absolutely crazy how SK is currently playing this, and nFaculty is under so much pressure. This has been snowballing quite a bit, and it just looks like they don't have the damage to really do anything here. They have Nova for the burst, but if you look at the comp, what else do they have? The Tassadar with the shields on the Storm is of course great, but on the other hand, who does the damage in this team? They only have the Nova. Anoop and Tyrael can do their fair share, but it's not really that burst damage that you want to have when you're going up against heroes that you see on the side of Team SK Gaming. They lack something like maybe even a Vala. Could use a Vala here for some more DPS. Would be one of the heroes that they might have wanted to pick up, but who do you sacrifice for that? The comp so far for them isn't really working out. Level 16 versus level 13, that's an important talent that we now see on SK Gaming. And they are going for a party push here. They are trying to invite 1 or 2 heroes in to get that done, and that could actually also, well, are they moving for the watchtower? It doesn't really look like it. They're a little bit indecisive. They know that all of the SK heroes are missing on map. Down here we have 2 golems pushing in, and they're wondering right now, where are you? Why aren't you defending this? Why aren't you just trying to defend the bottom lane? And it's a good question, because at this point the Siege Giants are still doing damage. That camp is going to be up in another minute, and it looks like right now with 5 seconds on the clock we have SK moving straight for that golem again, and they're going for it immediately. Moving straight for that, taking down the golem here. No really a contest, but they're gonna trade the golem for a keep here. For a fort actually, not for a keep. So yeah, that keep is gonna fall, and they're gonna get a golem instead. So they will just like have to Hearthstone it back to home, press that B button, got a bit of a B step, and then defend against the golem and Team SK with level 15 versus 17. Or are they just gonna try and push that in? Apparently they are. We have SK already Hearthstoning it back. The golem is pushing the top lane alone. And they got another camp here. They really have to get out of that right now. They don't want to fight with the 17 against the 15, not if they can help it. And especially Xon is a bit overextending himself here, but he gets away after all. They even left a coin behind. So, yep, there we go, grabbing that up. But it's like so many ships that we already saw for SK. I mean, if at some point nFaculty gets a bit of a hole in the game and able to turn in the coins on their own, they might be able to close that distance or the gap in experience like really fast. But for now, we have a situation where SK is just very dominant on the map. And they have another, let me look at this, I think it's like roughly 10, 12 coins that they currently have, with 2 more being picked up. They're very close to get another ship. If they all turn in right now, they're extremely close to that, and suddenly the keeps are threatened. And that is going to be a big issue for nFaculty. nFaculty is trying to counter push a bit here, but that's another double coin, and that could actually be the 18. We have 10 turned in right here. That's another 2. We have another 3. That's 15. Not really the 18 that they need, but still, that'll soon be enough for another ship. And well, I guess then we might see the first keep fall here. At the top lane, though, this is a massive push. I mean, holy moly, look at that. That is great. If they can disturb them a bit, if they can maybe like focus the attention of SK Gaming to the mid or bottom lane, while this push is going strong for the top 4. They could do a lot here, but it looks more like they want to push with that as the chests spawn in the middle of the map again. And SK, what are they going to do? Are they going to go chest? Or are they going to just try to maybe like get the Anoop here? The Anoop can always tunnel away, and that's exactly what he does. They're going for the chest. And up at the top lane, yeah, this is going to fall. I mean, how are you going to like look at this? This is way too much damage. They know that they can't get the chest, so they sack the chests and take a fort instead. So another turn in for another cannon, for another attack. That's what they're trying to go for now. But this push is still going strong. They're still moving with that. Are they really just trying to like base race now? They have Siege Giants down here. We have they're going for the Knights. Like, boys, this could be a pretty big race here with 2 Knight camps basically, and that massive wave they're going to push in, and SK at the same time is pushing down here at the bottom. I think they have to go back, and they are doing exactly that. They can't outpush this. This is just way too much right now. They have, on the other hand, a keep killed in the middle since they were able to get it down with the cannonballs, but maybe they keep up here. They're going to fight with this as much as they can, and we have the Storm already starting to do some damage here for nFaculty as SK is trying to move in here, but look at how many creeps there are. This is like crazy. There comes also the Healing Ward. Healing Ward is still untouched. Ral is moving in. Nobody kills that Healing Ward. Finally, it's taken down. The Anoop in a bit of trouble. Can he get away, actually? Yes, he does. And here comes the immediate judgment. Oh, Illidan is down. Illidan is down. BZ in trouble. Here comes the heal. Ancestral healing on BZ, but the Odin is just moving away. They're getting the Odin form, and now they're just turning back in. Look at that Archon going ham. That Archon is going nuts. Nova is down. Arthas is down. We have also Anoop finally dying, and Illidan! Goodbye, Illidan. Holo is being slowed by the ward from Rhaegar and is going to be taken out as well. He's trying to go for the phase shift, but yeah, there's nothing you can do. Finish him, and that's exactly what they try to do. As down here to the bot lane, we have another keep being attacked, and that keep is close to dying. Yeah, well, Brightwing might move in, but he has to get rid of the catapults first, since they already scratch at the big statue here. They're going for the core, and that keep is eliminated as well. So SK, after this battle, in amazing shape, and that turn-in is going to bring them very close to another ship as well, and that ship would then eliminate the keep up here at the top. Would actually do a lot of damage to the core too, since the keep is already so low. In regards to the kills, it's 3 kills against 12. Very well done, and the 20 is going to hit extremely soon for the team. Another 2 being turned in, and that is them being too short for the 20, and there for the 20 coins, and there it is. With those 4 turned in, that keep will fall. That core will get a lot of damage, and then the threat of being backdoored is extremely high, since a simple burst could take that out. So SK really wants to go for the tie here. They want to go into a 3rd game. They weren't happy in the first one. They did so much damage. They had nearly twice the kills, but it was in the end nFaculty who finished the job. Right now, the top keep is already gone, and that lets them attack the core. You can see that the entire nFaculty team is just waiting for the right click on the core and waiting for them to move in, as the cannonballs are already going down right here. So there we go, bam, 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 full in the face the entire time, getting them one after another. Let's see how much damage this is going to sustain. They're going for the top again, trying to take down the boss. I think they're trying. Anoop is way too far behind. They can't fight this. Without their Anoop, they can't fight this. 50 hit points left, 50% hit points on the core. Here comes the Golem. They're actually moving back. The Golem not taken. They didn't know that the Anoop was so far out of position. If they would have just tried to burst it down, they would have been successful here, but they didn't know that. We have full vision on the map, so we are very well aware of that. 20 versus 18, and those 20s, they really hurt. Like, we have Resurgence, of course, for 1 or 2 heroes. What do we have for the Tychus? Tychus with a big red button, double Resurgence, Storm Shield, and Bolt of the Storm. That's what we currently see there. And let's be honest here for a second. Oh my god, like, Siege Giants, completely unnoticed, were able to just sneak in and take another 20% off the core. Now it's at 34, which makes matters even worse. SK in like this position is like nearly like you can't lose here. You have the 20 versus the 19. You have those talents. You have the Golem pushing. Your opponent's 4 is on 30. The only thing that can save nFaculty here is a complete team wipe, and they know that they have to somehow wipe them. Now, if they don't do that, then it's gonna be then it's going to be over. I mean, right now we have everything just moving in. That golem alone might just end the game here if you go straight for the corn. That's exactly what it does. The judgment is already there. They're trying to take the heal out. Oh, great snipe on the Rhaegar. Amazing. Really good. Well done. There's no healing any longer. No ancestral healing. No nothing. But what about the rest? Down there, 16%, 10, 11, and bam, goodbye. It's the 1-1. SK Gaming starts to turn things around here and goes for the victory in game number 2. Congratulations, and let's go straight in game number 3. Alright boys, the third game is live and we have SK Gaming going up against nFaculty in map number 3, which is Cursed Hollow. BKB on the Anubarak, Ral on the Stitches, building the front line for SK with Falstad and Tychus, the DPS, Zarmoni and BZ. Linked as the only healer with Rhaegar. We had Abatha and Uther banned in this game again. To the right side we have nFaculty with Nova for the DPS, Tyrael on Xon for the initiation. Noafiel with a Brightwing, Illidan on Greenout, and a Holo on Tacita, which leaves nFaculty with a lineup that don't has a lot of frontliners. We have all up the way to the front of Tyrael, but Illidan rather more of a squishy. The Tacita, of course, a good choice here, but it's going to be interesting to see if nFaculty is able to keep this lineup alive, because this is starting to become a little bit tricky for them, I feel. The lineup of SK seems to be a lot more dangerous than this. Apparently we're going to have a bit of a party bush set up at the top where Falstad is going to solo. Sarmoni is already in a position where he needs to be very careful here. He's squishy and he can be taken out by this quite easy, but it looks like they're already retreating to the lanes since they realize that the Falstad is going to play this very, very passive, and for good reason. I really like this. But SK turn things around on map number 2. It is a 1-1 in the best of 3, and let's see who's gonna win it here. nFaculty has played a really good map in the first game on Garden of Terror. Stitches up here with BKB, and good roaming squad that can always go for a bit of initiation against the Brightwing. But this is, there it is. There's the first stun, and goodbye Brightwing. Nice body block, and oh nice, I like it. Going up to the top immediately. If the Tacita moves in, he can help him out with that as well. But Linked is the one who might go for the body block here. Oh, I like it. Where's the hook? Oh god, he hooks the Tacita. Hooks the Tacita, and with a phase shift he should be able to get away. Is he? Maybe not quite, because here comes BKB moving in with the Anub. The Brightwing was safe, but it looks like Holo on the Tacita is going to be the victim for that. Here comes another stun, and this time it's lights out as the first blood drops. Job well done. But I like also this move by nFaculty to get the Siege Giants here and create a bit of a wall, got a bit of a pressure play against the top wall here that forces a few of the heroes to the left. But very good initiation starting here for SK. I like that a lot. I enjoy, on the other hand, as already mentioned, the Nova and Tyrael combo for the Mercenary. I just feel that in the late game, the nFaculty lineup is a bit weak. Brightwing is a good healer, but he's not really the biggest burst healer that you have in the game. Uther was banned, so you can't rely on him. But the rest of the team, I don't know. Vala, sorry, not Vala, but Nova is pretty squishy. Illidan as well. Tacita can help out with this against the shields. It's just like we have very, very beefy heroes for SK Gaming. It's going to be very tough to really deal with that. We have good damage with the Tychus, with the Falstad, and then at the front, of course, Anub and Stitches, especially Anub, with not only initiation but also lockdown is going to be difficult to handle. And talking about lockdown, it's something that nFaculty doesn't have. Like stuns, nada, and that's going to be a problem. Ooh, Sypho against the... yeah, goes in against the Falstad, does a bit of damage, the tribute is real, and SK is not even getting the tribute. What you can do on this map is actually you forego the first 2 tributes and just try to keep a heartbeat on the lanes to get a level advantage over the opponent. It didn't really happen here too much, just because we had one hero down at the bottom. That's the pleasure when you have a Brightwing in the game. You can always just leave him on the bottom lane, and then once that the fight at the top tribute really starts, he just blinks in. But the important thing here really is that SK didn't really even try to fight. That's why we didn't have anything here. The third tribute is the more important one when you try to deny the curse to the opponent's team, and the idea is to just get ahead in level so that you have an advantage for those team fights. At this point we have the Knights taken here, and I really like how Xon and Sypho are roaming the map to take those camps. So they get a Knight camp, and then I can now try to push in the middle with it. Up at the top, Samoni has to be careful that Greenout is not going to jump in, and Illidan is always very difficult to deal with if he really wants to go for that. And well, for now, he's actually being really pushed back by Samoni. As down here, we have the second tribute coming into play, and this time it looks like it's going to be SK. Ooh, that hook just a bit too short to cause trouble for Nova. But this tribute is not going to even fall down by nFaculty. nFaculty is pushing in with the Knights, as I mentioned earlier, and now we have also Holo in there, who can always use the phase shift to move back. Anubarak is helping out in the middle now, so we have those rotations on the map, and it's actually both of the teams that rotate a lot here, which is extremely good. And you always have, of course, Brightwing that can just jump in with a quick blink. That's something you have to account for if you're SK Gaming in that particular game right now. This is really the match where everything is on the line. If you lose it here, then it's over. That show match going into a third game in the best of 3. Illidan, oh my god, like, yeah, he wanted to go for Samoni, but suddenly he has a friend. This is like one of those Ohana moments. Ohana means family, and family means nobody is left behind. That is also true for Falstad, who's being helped out by his friends Stitches and Anubarak. They are going straight for it. If not for that, I guess Falstad would probably have died, but I don't think that the Illidan would have made it either. Not with the towers just going ham on him. That would have probably died too. Down to the bottom we have maybe, yes, there's the initiation against BZ, but the Tigers can go back with a quick dash. Even the polymorph from Brightwing couldn't change that. It's still 2 kills against 0. With another tribute spawning, and the immediate rotation by 2 of the heroes up at the top, going straight for the tribute place. Down to the bottom, more heroes are starting to rotate slowly and steadily. The Brightwing can blink in, but once again SK not even looking for that. We have instead the tribute taken by nFaculty without a problem, even here with a quick illusion or hallucination we have. Now with the clone, Cypher really just looking if something's happening here, but not too much. Both teams on level 9, but that advantage towards level 10, you can see that for SK already, taking another Siege Giant camp, and with the level 10 they're going for their heroic abilities. I like this move, it's pretty ballsy actually. Like if one in my own team would say let's go and take the boss, I would probably say like, guys, you are crazy. If they catch us, then it's all over. But it's a bold move, and it's one that pays off. Linked and BKB are moving in too late. The golem is already there. The stun is missing. And also the hook, both of them missing, and suddenly it's Golem against Siege Giants, and I know which one I would like to have pushing my lane. So suddenly there's a lot of pressure on the top lane, and that's where SK has to react. Level 10 there immediately for nFaculty, and that next tribute is going to be a really important one. So even though SK will have a bit of a level advantage with the 11, it's going to be a pretty even fight there. And I like that. Golem taken out, and the tribute spawns down to the bottom of the map. We already... Ooh, actually eaten. Ral eats Stitch, eats like Illidan. Devoured, and nice shield here by the Tacita. Illidan jumping in with the heroic ability, but BZ is following that up, or actually BKB. BZ is already at the bottom fighting to just have that tribute there. There comes Falstad flying in, goes straight to help his friend out. And Illidan is there. Illidan is at the top lane. Oh my god. Goodbye, Brightwing. Great hook. Amazing position for the hook. Ral with a great move. And this tribute is going to end up in the hands of SK Gaming. There's no doubt about that. Not only do we have the Illidan up at the top lane or even trying to go for it, they were pushed out of position by the initial engagement of SK. Also, Brightwing is dead. And therefore, in a 4 versus 5, you just can't take that fight. Both teams now with 2 tributes. And level 12 nearly versus level 11. We have still Ral in the middle lane controlling this. Up at the top, it's Greenout on the Illidan. Down here, a bit of a fight ensuing at the Siege Giants. SK with 4 heroes, another stun at Tyrael. Tyrael goes down, here comes the shock and awe from behind. Holo is moving in against Samoni. A shield, and goodbye Holo. He's phase shifting, but it's a matter of time until he dies, and there it is. Samoni alive, Linked alive. Great movements on the map by SK Gaming, and I mean, that Illidan was just way too far out there. And nFaculty is fighting fights that they don't want to fight. It's a 4 versus 5 that they're engaging in here, and either there was a bit of miscommunication, or for some reason they were forced to just engage and like fight it out, because Greenout, like, he can't miss in a battle like this. They need their 5th hero, but it's the problem that we've been talking about. We've been talking about this at the beginning. The lineup that they have is squishy. We have a lot of squishy heroes here in the front liner. Having only Tyrael there is maybe not really what you want. The Archon is, of course, something that always adds into the equation, but if you then compare how beefy the lineup for SK is with the DPS in the back line, that's just a completely different story. The Anoop far away from the fight, up at the top, the attempt to get the third tribute. This is a lot of delay tactics that we have here, and Anoop is nearly in, another hook missing. but already nFaculty pushed back, and it's a level 13 talent. Level 13 talent is a bit too much. Here comes the healing ward, and that's going to be the curse. That's going to be the curse against nFaculty. SK with good map control, good movements, very dangerous composition there. They're moving as 5 on the map once again, starting to go straight for that mid lane where we have the Knights already pushing. They're going straight for it. And there we go. First wall is down, second wall on the way down to the bottom. We have already one of those keeps being, one of the force being attacked. Illidan is moving up to the top, trying to at least gather some experience and push this back. But a keep in the middle, or a fort in the middle, is definitely gonna fall, and they might just try to rotate down to the bottom. They have, that's exactly what they do. They have 40 seconds still on that curse. Rhaegar is moving in from behind. There is the Brightwing. If they catch the Brightwing as well, and they are trying to do it, then he is gonna die as well. He's already jumping back. Where's Stitches? There's the hook against Illidan this time. The stun follows things up, and they're just going in, but they can turn and kill that fort, and they already took it. 2 forts taken down during that curse. Very successful force curse here for SK. We have them on level 15, the 13 talent finally achieved for nFaculty, but Illidan and Eden. There's the Gorge and moving back, just stopping. Healing ward is there. Here comes the Metamorphosis, is moving back. Metamorphosis is not really helping him, and the Shock and all. Arcane Form is triggered, and they're just running away from it. They're not even going for it. I don't think BZ has... Whoa, there we go. Precision strike. Holy shit! There comes the Odin in the last second, surviving for a bit longer. Ancestral healing keeps him alive. The Illidan is already dead. The Tyrael is down. Where's the next hook? Still in cooldown. There's the hook, and down goes the Tacita. It's 3 heroes down. Great moves. Not a single kill for nFaculty just yet. They didn't achieve a single kill yet, and now the Knights are open. They can just go for it. They can rotate to the top key fort and take it. Don't think they can push keep here just yet, but the fort should definitely be accessible to them. With a level 16 talent, it's one of those things that they can easily get there. Very good moves. I really like what SK is doing, but it's once again a battle of compositions, and I don't like the compositions that nFaculty is playing there. That last pick on the Illidan was a bit weird, but just I feel that SK had a very good picking strategy there and got away with the picks that they wanted, and I feel that nFaculty got a bit blindsided there. I don't really think that they saw this coming. But it just feels like they don't find an answer to this. I mean, you might disagree here, but for me personally, looking at those fights and looking at those engagements, it looks to me like, so as far as nFaculty is behind, they're struggling right now with like a game plan, with like just the start into the fight. They need to drop somebody, and if they can't do that, then maybe they have a bigger chance there. But it's also those heals. The ancestral healing on the Tigers in the last game was, or in the last fight, was amazing. They were trying to take the DPS out, nFaculty that is, and they went ham on that Tigers. But first the Odin was popped in the last second, and then the ancestral healing like hits, and it was just so difficult for them to really do anything about it. I mean, let's look at DPS here for a second. We have Zarmoni on the Falstad with the most DPS in the game. Holo and Nova, I mean, they're doing a lot of damage here, but it's just like the tankiness and how much you can really survive with this that really starts to matter there. With the talents, we're going to have a quick look at that as well, just so they have a bit of an idea. It's of course ancestral healing. We saw all of those in the last few fights already. Both teams now dealing with the golems, by the way, just like switching lanes. It's basically a bit of a trade here, with I guess nFaculty getting the better end of the trade, because first of all they kill the fort, and then also they have the tribute spawning on their side of the map, and also at the bottom lane where they are currently active. So nFaculty is in a bit of trouble, not only because they're down in experience, but they lost quite a few forts. They are gonna lose that tribute here, which doesn't play too much of a big role yet, because it's the first tribute after the curse that SK got, but still of course it's gonna add up over time. Looks a bit like nFaculty is thinking about pushing that fort in. Can't really do that. Oh, is there going to be a hook? Does he know? Does he know? Nah, he's not going to go for the hook. Yeah. Down here we have the Tyrael hiding, actually. He doesn't want to go in yet. Wants to make sure that they're not really he's not getting into trouble. The worst thing that could happen for nFaculty right now is that they are out of position and one hero gets picked off. If that happens, then SK is going to punish them. So far, SK has like dominated everything here. Not a single kill for nFaculty, nothing else. They're moving as 5 on the map, and so they should. Just trying to somehow get a bit of an advantage and maybe get the drop on one hero and then turn it into a 5 versus 4. turning things around a bit. I guess that's currently the idea, just like playing it as safe as they can, looking for opportunities, and I feel that kill on the fort is one, but they will have to take the team fight after this. And they know that too. Here comes the Anub with the initiation. He's tunneling in, is getting the Brightwing, immediately polymorphed. We have the Illidan in trouble. He's getting hooked, he's getting gorged, and there goes, oh, the precision strike, and the hit against Harmony. How does he survive? He goes down finally, but that shock, oh boy. Tyrael dead, and that hook against Illidan. Wow, Ral just doesn't show mercy, does he? Stitches wants to play. We all saw that in that epic trailer, and it's definitely true, and playing he does. There jumps the Brightwing, just jumps back. It's one kill that they got at least. I mean, they dropped the fall stat, but that was also quite a lot of work that they had to invest there. Level 18 versus level 17, and Illidan, I mean, he probably thought he was away already. Let's have a look at Ral's talents for a second. The Stitches here with a pure slam build. Actually, like going for the cleaver here as well, and having the radius. I kind of like that. Not going for the fishhook though. At the beginning we saw a lot of fishhooks taken. These days it's not really that talent anymore. It's amazing when you hit a long range hook, but I feel like for having a stable build and having really a build that doesn't rely this much on having an opponent's hero out of position, the slam build is just so much better. And you can see it in the damage. I mean, let's look at the damage of the Stitches. He has a solid 17k damage, and in terms of siege damage is also pretty good in the middle here. It's not the most hero damage that we've just seen so far, but I feel the role that he played in the fights really pays for that. The 18,000 on Khaldor, on the other hand, of course, with the storms here. Stitches looking for that hook again. Blind hook down here. Not the worst idea that he had. I kind of like that. Every now and then, just throwing a prediction hook is a pretty good thing, and you should always like try and do that. Another tribute, and look at that setup here already. I mean, how do you engage this with like this waiting for you with a stun, buying so much time? And the answer is you don't. You just take the knights. You try to take the knights, and you say like, okay guys, we don't have to fight that tribute yet. It's another bad one for us. We can wait and we can fight another tribute later. Down here, what about the stuns? Well, there come the knights moving in. Oh, actually, it is the third tribute. My bad. I thought they already took it. So now they are cursed again. I still think the decision was a good one, not going in there. If they get wiped and then it's the tribute and the curse, then they are gonna be in much worse shape. So right now they do the only thing that they can. They know that the positioning is not really good for them, so they deny the fight. They don't go in. Instead, they accept the curse and just try to defend now their lanes, and that's, I feel, they have mercenaries pushing on both lanes. That helps them a lot. So the lanes are not going to push in that hard, but it's more about the keep here right now. So going in for that, and let's see how exactly this is going to work out for them here. Can they fight with keep? Can they actually go for that or not? We have them moving in for that, and SK is just looking for it with another healing ward down here. There's the shield once again. So far, good job done. I don't think that SK will be able to focus it down. It's only 6 seconds on the curse, and actually even with the curse, look at this, they're even pushing in with those knights, pushing the wall in a bit. Down here, initiation, they're trying to actually force them down as they move back. A nice snipe on Ral. Ral is being attacked here. Illidan in the middle, comes with heroic ability. Here comes the precision strike, ancestral healing on the fall stat. Shock and awe being dropped here. First hero down is Stitches. Now he goes straight for Tychus. Tychus down. It's a 3 versus 5, but Illidan is in trouble. Oh, he goes back. He goes straight for BKB. BKB drops as well. It's 3 heroes down for SK, and suddenly the levels are nearly the same. Goodbye Samoni. The fall stat is down, and wow, that fight. They go in, they drop the Stitches, and this time they get the setup that they want. SK was on the retreat, and we had maybe a bit too early that ancestral healing used on the fall stat. Didn't really need it there. He was already on the barrel roll, but apparently like Rhaegar really wanted to save him. As it turned out, in the end, that shock and awe didn't hit as much as he could have, and without the ancestral healing, just not enough healing power to keep a Nubarak alive, and a Nubarak is really the one that you want to have disrupting their front line. First golem is taken, and suddenly it's double golem, and boys, if we have another tribute, it's most likely going to end in the hands of nFaculty, and then they have maybe golems and curse on their side. whoa, this is gonna get pretty nasty right now. We still have 2 heroes down for SK. Here's the second one. If that curse hits now, if that tribute hits and they get it, then it's gonna be a lot of trouble for SK. And SK is on level 19, but so is also nFaculty. nFaculty even ahead in levels now. 5 kills against 10. Tribute not seen on the map just yet. We have the team moving in. Call for retreat here. The rest of the heroes is starting to converge towards the middle, towards the left side. Down at the bottom, the golems are spawning. Well, actually pushing. The golem is moving in here. The boss, one boss at the top too, going straight for that. We have another 4 taken. That's 20. We have 20 already for nFaculty. They are on the 20s right now and going straight for the top. Trying to go for the top lane. Maybe with another initiation here. They can go for it. The tribute is spawning. Should probably focus on the tribute now. If they get that, then it is the curse. And they will converge to that. Gives us a bit of an opportunity to look at the builds here. We have Bolt of the Storm being used, Resurgence on the Turiel, the Storm Shield on Brightwing, Demonic Form on Illidan, and the Tassadar with the Twilight Archon. 10 kills versus 5. The Tribute is there, and well, for now it looks like, yes, SK is accepting the curse. They have 20 now on their own, though. They have the 20. Here comes the attack on the Hearts. Wants to go for the Knights now. Let's go through the 20s. Big red button. We have Storm Shield on the Rhaegar. We have the Blast of Awe. Bolt of the Storm for the Stitches. Makes him much faster. Interesting to see the Bolt of the Storm here instead of Resurgence with the lineup they run. But here come the Knights, and here comes nFaculty. nFaculty, as in game number 1, has started to turn things around, and they want to go for it. They're moving in, and they're trying to take it. Not only the wall, but they want to keep right now. They have 40 seconds left. 40 seconds to push, and they're going to use every single one of them. Here comes the... oh, nice! Brightwing immediately blinking back. Really well done. Ral not getting the chance to go for the Gorge here, but a good hook nonetheless. Keep already taking some damage, and nFaculty is pushing in. They want this. They won't be able to end here, but they can go straight for this. We have Ral waiting for a hook. Ah, he doesn't land it. Great movements by nFaculty. Good positioning here in that fight. The Storms go down. They still have 10 seconds on the curse, but it looks like they're moving back. They're not taking the keep. They're not taking the keep. Are they going in? There comes the Storm. And the hook, the phase shift follows. And they're still trying to go for it, but no, the keep is still there. Down to the bottom, though. Another attack against the bot keep. We have the rest moving it back. BKB with a stun on the Illidan, the hook, the Gorge. Oh, and they're trying to follow it up. They need to fight right now. Oh my god, the ulti. Shock and awe, Blast of Awe being used, and bam, the judgment against the full stat, but the precision strike is too late. Hits only the Stitches. Oh, Brightwing down. Illidan! Oh, the full stat is still alive. How the hell is he still alive? Illidan is dead. Tyrael is running. SK, they are going for it again. Oh my god, like the blink here. They are trying to go for the Nova. Nova. Oh my god, like she has no hit points. Wow. Oh my god, but boys, did you see that falls that live? I mean, what on earth? They just couldn't drop him. And I have to say that the precision strike of Nova was really not the best there. I think the communication was a bit off. Nova was a bit too late to the party. I don't think she saw the judgment, or maybe it was called too late, but she didn't really get the memo. Now we have a rush towards the top keep. A quick rush as 3 heroes are down for Team nFac. They get the keep. Another hook, but Ral moving back, and yeah, Nova might be able to do some damage here, but they can't. She can't, of course, kill. Like, it's a 5 versus 3 or 4 versus 3 at least. There's nothing you can do at this point. The keep is down. nFac really strong there, but I mean, this is a back and forth game that we see. I love it. At the beginning, it really it really looked like we have SK dominating it, but now suddenly that turnaround, and I actually like that a lot. That last attack against the Illidan. Illidan was just a bit too late moving away. He got stunned by the Anubarak, and then it was the hook and gorge. A pretty easy hook and gorge, actually, with a pre-stun. And that really turned it around. I mean, the choices that nFaculty had at this point was either to move back and just sacrifice the Illidan, which in hindsight they should have done, but the immediate reaction that you have as a team when one of your heroes is being like hooked and gorged is like, oh my god, we have to save him. That's the first thing that people think, and in this particular scenario they should have just said like, dude, it's your own fault, like, screw you, we are moving back. Like, if you get hooked, not our problem. Just move back and live with it. They're trading Curse for boss now, nFaculty that is. They realize they can't get that. We have the setup already down at the bottom for SK. It's the first curse anyway, so right now it doesn't matter too much. Kills 5 against 13, level 22 versus level 21. Now it's of course the question what you do. You push with the golem. It's always great if the golem gets maybe a lucky stun off against an opponent's team member and then suddenly you can drop one hero. Or do you just try to go down and contest that? And that's what they're trying, but they're already too late for it. So, yep, there we have a... wow, prediction hook by Ra that nearly hit home. But yeah, it's golem versus golem now, not a lot to do with that. And you can really see that the teams are starting to struggle a bit to finding to find a position where they can start to engage here. So... right now we have down to the to the top lane. We have yeah, we have that handsome fella moving in. Oh, BKB noob gets stunned. Nah, kidding. So bit of damage done to the. Oh, actually, that's a lot of damage done. Holy shit! Like that guy is really starting to do some work, isn't he? Another stun on BKB, close but not quite. But really doing the damage here. Down here, that golem is not as lucky. He's going to be taken out in just a second. Yep, there we go, taking him out. So the golem is maybe getting like a tower. Nah, not even that. He just gets the wall and that's about it. But it's one keep already down. One keep down for nFaculty. This one is an easy pick whenever you get close to it. This one up here is not really looking all that healthy either. And then you have another one down at the bottom which already took some damage. If you compare that to the mid keep that we have for nFac, there's even the wall completely intact. Well, except for one tower. Up here, no hit points taken. So they are in a lot better shape, those keeps. So for nFaculty, it shouldn't be a big problem to just at some point say like, yeah, we move in, we drop 2 right clicks, and then that's it. So to the top, we have another curse. I don't think that they are fighting. I think they're actually just walking past it and going to take that keep. Yeah, the Nova is moving in. The Nova wants to keep. Nova wants to keep, and she's going for it, and there it is. Quick snipe. All that you needed. Sacrifice the tribute. You know that SK is fighting for it, and get the keep, and that's exactly what they did. Yeah, Illidan, you should probably run, dude. Like, I mean, I love you, but you are not prepared if you think that this is something you can survive. We have Stitches down at the bottom, just looking to stop this push here. Already a bit of damage, by the way, down to the core. Just shields taken out. Those siege giants, they have to die. This is the phase in the game where one bad fight can win it for the opponent's team. Every fight counts here right now. Every single fight. Every hero, every hit point. Like, this is where you really want to set everything up. And SK has now the opportunity to win the next tribute fight and end it all. The only thing, like, nFaculty is forced to fight. You cannot give them the tribute unless you really say, okay, we have such a bad position that it's going to be much worse for us to engage here than fight with the curse. But once that curse hits, it's so much time that SK is going to have to like push in and end the game, and they will try to do that. So nFaculty is waiting for the tribute, and they get lucky. It's right over here. They are already in position. They're starting to line up, and SK is willing to take that fight. SK wants that fight. SK is hooking into the bush. It's not a party bush. They're dodging it. Here comes Nova with a quick snipe, going for the first snipe. Tribute is already there. Up there, Tyrael for a possible engage with the Judgment. Where's the Illidan? Illidan is up at the top right now. Gonna go for a quick setup. There we have it. Illidan's trying to move in, as well as Tyrael. They're looking for the DPS. They want the DPS. Brightwing is gorged. They're blinking back already. Here comes the slow ward. Brightwing in trouble. Brightwing down. It's a 4 versus 5, and this might end the game. Here comes the Odin. They're going for it. SK is going straight for it. Precision strike, hitting one hero, hitting maybe 2, but Zarmoni is down. So is Tyrael. 2 down, 3 down against 1. Only the Falset dying. The hook, whoa, against Nova. Goodbye, Nova. Goodbye, Illidan. Was nice knowing you. Here comes the stun, and well done by BKB. Great tunnel that he had there. They are gonna go for it. They're gonna get the tribute, and they're gonna go straight for their core. They don't want to even like screw around and go for one of the keeps. They know that they have so much time now. 40 seconds. They're tunneling in already, and there is nothing that can stop them. Xon is the only one alive, and they don't even give a shit about him. They're like, who the hell are you, dude? Like, what? Stop tickling me. I want to take that coin. I want to take it now. They're going in with 4. It's 13 seconds on the Brightwing. They have the core down to 50. This is the last game in the best of 3 series. With one more map win, they will be the victor. And SK Gaming against nFaculty, they end it. It's GG as SK Gaming takes game number 3, decides the best of 3 series in their favor. Congratulations to SK Gaming. Great games, great series, great match.